Alright, man, what's going on in this motherfucker, man? Today we're gonna be reacting to another video because my last video got fucking taken down and blocked because gay-ass Vice TV. But with that being said, I'm not about to get into that because I'm real irritated because I just spent 10-20 minutes editing the video just for it to get blocked. Whatever. Anyways, with that being said, flight attendant reveals dark secrets of the job. I don't know what possibly can be happening in a damn flight attendant world or what can possibly crazy can be happening on planes, but I'm assuming it has something to do with first class. With that being said, let's get to it.
Flight attendants for 6 years. I've been a flight attendant for 6 years. It's a hypersexualized and glorified job. Because of the intense pressure of trying to conform to the beauty standards of these airlines, a lot of flight attendants would resort to plastic surgery. I personally know.
Imagine being a flight attendant and then getting plastic surgery to please who? The people getting on the plane? What the fuck? What is this world? Plastic surgery because you're a flight attendant. Man.
A flight attendant who passed away on the surgery table from doing liposuction. Some of them would utilize drugs such as heroin, cocaine, meth, or ice to keep their weight down. You've got crews who are on psychotic medicine and they're still flying. During an emergency, you are not mentally fit to handle those scenarios. It's dog wool. You are supposed to fend for yourself. You're being prostituted to serve powerful figures. This passenger requested one of my colleagues to accompany him for dinner. And the next thing, two of his bodyguards were outside of her hotel room to take her to see him. You just have to agree in order for you to still have your job. You have no power at all.
What? What?
I started flying in 2012 with a full service carrier based in Asia. I wanted to be a flight attendant because I thought it would be great to have a job that allows you to travel. Like you are literally being paid to go to all these exciting destinations. I did not foresee there's other sides of the industry. You are always trying to avoid incidents on board. You do have to be aware of how intoxicated your passengers are. On one of the flight, a passenger started masturbating while watching porn. Eventually, he started.
What the fuck? Let me assume. Let me just do my assumptions. He's white and old, or foreign and old, about in his late 40s, probably 50s. Like, why? Why? Just why? On the plane, my nigga? For what? What makes you think anybody's gonna be attracted to that? What? Why?
Taking his clothes off and ended up urinating himself, and that's when the crew members decided that they need
This
to
nigga
restrain
started
him.
peeing on himself?
They did
What?
try to clean him up and put his clothes back on, but
I
he
wouldn't
already
even
soiled
try to clean that
himself.
nigga up. I would throw his ass off the plane.
Your seniors would tell you just squeeze a few eye drops into passengers' drink when they become too intoxicated and they
Eye
refuse to
drops.
stop drinking. I've seen this happen a few times, and the passengers always go to sleep after that. It's actually pretty common to catch people having sex on board. And it's always an awkward conversation when you know that they're definitely having sex and you're there to stop them from doing it. I've caught a couple on the last row having sex. They weren't exactly
How?
quiet while doing it.
How do
I
you
was
have sex on a
stunned at
plane?
first. I went and asked them to stop, and they
In the
weren't
back
stopping
of
at
the
all.
flight?
They weren't even embarrassed about being caught doing that. One of the most memorable experience I had was having a passenger that tried to smuggle guns. The enforcement officer had to come on board and arrested a passenger. He was a gang member from a neighboring country and he was on the run. This man tried to smuggle two guns. Both of the guns were fully loaded.
She
The
made it
gun could
seem like he was
actually
smuggling a
fall off
load.
in the cargo because of the
Okay,
pressure, and
never
everybody
mind.
was pretty pissed at the realization that this guy is trying to smuggle something that could jeopardize the entire flight.
Yeah, get this nigga off the plane.
That's not really a penalty for violence against the crew members. Once this passenger was upset that she wasn't seated next to her boyfriend. And when we try to explain that it isn't part of our job to make sure that you get to be seated together, she just went ballistic and she threw hot instant noodles to one of the crew members' face. She was superficially burned, and then the boyfriend actually came over and started threatening to blow up the plane and tried to punch another crew member. The
Also, you can
only
sit next to
punishment they
your
got
girlfriend,
was
my
they were
nigga.
banned from flying the airlines again.
Yeah.
Some captains will be power tripping. The captain tried to get me to sleep with him. He asked if I would fancy some private time with him, in which I refused. Went up to my room, and the next thing I know, he was knocking on my hotel room door. I got scared and I just pretend as if I'm not in the room. The next day, he will make your entire trip hell just because you refuse him.
Poor
Airlines are
girl.
always hiring their cabin crews to be the face of the airline itself. They have a specific look. You have to look slender, slim. Every 2 years, you'll be issued the same uniform, the same size. You are expected to always be able to fit into that uniform. They have a grooming manager. You are supposed to go to the grooming manager in your uniform, and they will pick and poke your entire appearances. So if you gain weight or you have any skin issues, you can get grounded from flying because you're not performing to
You
the
can
standards.
get grounded from flying because of your appearance. And this fucking world.
After 6 months of flying, I had terrible skin issues. So I was grounded for a month, sent to see a dermatologist with the instruction that I have to make sure that my skin clears up before I'm cleared to fly again. A lot of flight attendants would resort to plastic surgery to maintain the way they look. Some doing liposuction, facelifting, breast enlargement, or getting their face reconstructed. There is also this procedure that is
What
called
the
fat burning. They would inject this fat burning solution. This solution will pretty much melt your fat away. I've seen a lot of them hospitalized for the wrong fat burning procedures. I personally know a flight attendant who passed away on the surgery table from doing liposuction. It is traumatizing to know that somebody that you have flown with passed away, and the shock usually lasted probably a month or two before everyone would just go back to their normal behavior of trying to look as beautiful as they can because they need to keep the job. The
what
way I
the
perceive is sometimes normal because of the
definitely.
perception that was imposed on me as a flight attendant.
Yeah.
After 6 years being in the industry, I was clinically diagnosed with depression, and it's something that I still struggle up till now. I've seen a lot of flight attendants spiral down. There's a lot of suicide in the industry. Being subjected to sexual and physical abuse almost every day kind of like change you as a person as well. If you start young and you're being paid thousands to travel to all these exotic places, it can be something that you look forward to. But at the end of the day, I would say the pay isn't worth all the struggles that I had to endure.
No, yeah, definitely. Oh my God, as a flight attendant to go through all this just so you can travel and have old ass niggas requesting to do XYZ with you, man. Oh boy. Whatever, I'm going, y'all. That's crazy.